In this show, we're particularly looking at the changing nature of Irish society. So it's looking at politics of place and shifting identities and social issues. So it's really important at this moment in time in the development of Irish photography to start to bring this work to international audiences and to show this work in a really curated, particular way. And it's a delight to bring this particularly to German audiences.
This series of work is called Citizen, which is a long-term project looking at the situation for people who are coming to Ireland for a safe place, for sanctuary. Well, the situation in these photographs is interesting because it's a former Butlins holiday camp, and then this irony, in the year 2000, they became what's called direct provision centres. So this holiday camp setting is now for people who are going through the asylum process.
Changing States is an incredibly diverse exhibition in the range of work that it presents thematically and also in terms of the style of the work. There's a really great range of approaches to photography, and that is in some respects representative of Irish photography in that it has very much moved away in recent decades from the sort of more traditional documentary or photojournalistic approaches that would have been dominant in the past, and much more open to the influence of conceptual and more, for want of a better word, artistic practices. It's really freed artists to express themselves in different ways. But also in terms of what the artists are interested in, obviously this is an exhibition that's curated specifically to address the changing state of Ireland, as the title says. You know, it really is about the transformations that have happened in Irish society. And so, because those changes have been so diverse, the work itself is quite diverse.
This is my work, Unusual Gestures. So Unusual Gestures is a body of work that is really ultimately about the family. It's a lived experience of one family, my family, living in the west of Ireland on a farm, 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, and a very busy, happy, loving family life.
So this body of work, post-state, came about when I was driving around Ireland at the end of the pandemic and everything was still completely deserted, and I started to imagine what this land would be after it is no longer a nation state. What became the clear idea for me about the project is how inadequate nation states are as a way of responding to climate change and climate crisis.
So the work behind me is part of a much larger series called Lena, which is the Irish word for line. The work I made back in Ireland, and it's conceptual work about the landscape and specifically about the hedgerows that form this landscape in Ireland, which is also typical of rural Ireland and England and Wales.
Changing States Ireland is a very modern contemporary view on Ireland nowadays. It's very moving and it's very interesting to see these 34 participating photographers with their own attitude, their artistic languages, and especially with their major themes. What are they driven with? Are there parallels to Germany, for example? Or is there a unique artistic language maybe in Europe or all around the world in the media of photography?